Thought that I loved you, but the more I don't think, the more I don't feel a thing. I'm running in circles, I don't wanna feel this way. My head's underwater, and I don't wanna be saved. Got no one to wait for, I know that you hate me, so don't save me now. You know I don't hate you, I hope you.
Hi guys, so good evening, welcome back to my magical world. I am Frostbite, and if you're new to my channel, welcome guys. So it just came back, so thank you guys, and thank you Tita Mercedes and the family and all of my friends. Yan, thank you for a lot of things. Okay, so currently it's 9:57 and we're going to proceed with our topic. This will be like, it's a bit long guys, so stay with me and listen. And if you are new here, I'm still finishing the book Believe You Can by John Mason, and let's finish it. So the title for this one is Invest in Others. So there is a story told by Elizabeth Ballard of an elementary teacher many years ago. Her name was Mrs. Thompson. As she stood in front of the 5th grade class on the very first day of school, she told the children a lie. She looked at her students and said that she loved them all the same. But that was impossible because there is the front row. Slumped in his seat was a little boy named Teddy Stoddard. Mrs. Thompson had watched Teddy the year before and noticed that he didn't play well with the other children, that his clothes were unkempt, and that he needed a bath. And Teddy could be unpleasant. It got to the point where Mrs. Thompson would actually take delight in marking his papers with a broad red pen, making bold X's, and then putting a big fat F at the top of his papers. You know the F, right? It's a failure. So that's so mean actually. So at this school where Mrs. Thompson taught, she was required to review each child's past records, and she put Teddy's off until last. However, when she reviewed his file, she received a surprise. Teddy's first grade teacher wrote, "Teddy is a bright child with a ready laugh. He does his work neatly and has good manners. He is a joy to be around." His second grade teacher wrote, "Teddy is an excellent student, well liked by his classmates, but he is troubled because his mother has a terminal illness and life at home must be a struggle." His third grade teacher wrote, "His mother's death has been hard on him. He tries to do his best, but his father doesn't show much interest, and his home life will soon affect him if some steps aren't taken." So Teddy's fourth grade teacher wrote, "Teddy is withdrawn and doesn't show much interest in school. He doesn't have many friends and sometimes sleeps in class." So by now, Mrs. Thompson realized the problem and she was ashamed of herself. She felt even worse when her students brought her Christmas presents wrapped in bright paper and colorful and beautiful ribbons, except for Teddy's. His present was clumsily wrapped in the heavy brown paper of a grocery bag. Mrs. Thompson took pains to open it in the middle of the other presents. A few of the children started to laugh when she found a rhinestone bracelet and with some of the stones missing and a bottle of perfume that was only 1/4 full. But she stifled their laughter and she explained how pretty the bracelet was, putting it on and dabbing some of the perfume on her wrist. Teddy Stoddard stayed after school that day just long enough to say, "Mrs. Thompson, today you smell just like my mom used to." After the children left, she cried for at least an hour. On that very day, she quit teaching reading, writing, and arithmetic. Instead, she began to teach children. So, are you following, guys? So, I'm a bit exhausted, but we're still going to finish this because that what that's what we do here. We finish everything that we started as usual. So Mrs. Thompson paid particular attention to Teddy. As she worked with him, his mind seemed to come alive. The more she encouraged him, the faster he responded. By the end of the year, Teddy had become one of the brightest children in the class, and despite her lie that she would love all the children the same, Teddy became one of her teacher's pets. So, you know that teacher's pets, right? So, it's always, the favorites of our professors or teachers. So, a year later, she found a note under her door from Teddy telling her that she was still the best teacher he ever had in his whole life. 6 years went by before she got another note from Teddy. He then wrote that he had finished high school second in his class, and she was still the best teacher he ever had in his whole life. 4 years after that, she got another letter saying that while things had been tough at times, he'd studied in school, had stuck with it, and would soon graduate from college with highest honors. He assured Mrs. Thompson that she was still the best and favorite teacher he ever had in his whole life. Then 4 more years passed and yet another letter came. This time he explained that after he got his bachelor's degree, he decided to go a little further. The letter explained that she was still the best and favorite teacher he ever had. But now his name was a little longer. The letter was signed by Theodore F. Stoddard, MD. So it's something that anyone would be proud of. So the story doesn't end there. You see there, you see, there was an additional letter that spring. Teddy said he'd met a girl with he'd met a girl and was going to be married. He explained that his father had died a couple of years ago and he was wondering if Mrs. Thompson might agree to sit in the place at the wedding that was usually reserved for the mother of the groom. Of course, Mrs. Thompson did, and guess what? She wrote that bracelet, the one with several rhinestones missing, and she made sure she was wearing the perfume that Teddy remembered his mother wearing on their last Christmas together. They hugged each other, and Dr. Teddy Stoddard whispered in Mrs. Thompson's ears, "Thank you, Mrs. Thompson, for believing in me. Thank you so much for making me feel important and showing me that I could make a difference." Mrs. Thompson, with tears in her eyes, whispered back, "Teddy, you have it all wrong. You were the one who taught me that I could make a difference. I didn't know how to teach until I met you." One of the most exciting decisions you can make is to be on the lookout for opportunities to invest in others. For me, this has been one of the most powerful principles of momentum I've implemented in my life. About 10 years ago, driving with my family to Tulsa from St. Louis, I was listening to a Zig Ziglar tape. So Zig said, "You will always have everything you want in life if you will help enough other people to get what they want." So what I can say with this, it is a service to other people, like what you do on on a daily basis. For example, that Mrs. Thompson realized about Teddy, that at first that he wasn't like good enough, you know but at the end of the day she realizes that Teddy has really has an amazing potential. It's just a matter of how you will mold that kind of person to be the best version of himself. So you can also do that, guys, with other people. It doesn't need to be it doesn't need that you need to be a professor or a teacher. Okay, there's so many ways that you can actually invest with other people, because investing with the right imagine like investing with other people, guys, and then they are becoming more successful, more prosperous because of someone like you actually make a lot of difference than you think, right? So learn how to do it in the most, amazing way. Not not to be grand or, grandiose, but you can always do that, just believing on someone that they are capable of anything and everything that uh, they could, getting aiming for something, for example, like finishing college, right? Doing something, investing in other businesses, I mean making a certain business successful, things like that, the little things that you can do with others. Okay. So when I heard this statement, literally something went off inside of me, and I said out loud, I am going to do it. That decision to look for ways to help others and to invest in them changed my life. So I believe that one of the marks of true greatness is to develop greatness in others. There are three keys to make more abundant living: caring about others, daring to be daring for others, and sharing with others. So that was from William Ward. And I have found that truly great people have the unique perspective that greatness is not deposited in them to stay, but rather to flow through them into others. So when you think about it, they are becoming the instrument for a massive success of other individuals. And you don't need to be like the president of your country or anything like that. You can just be a normal citizen and help others achieve whatever they want in life. You can be someone like that, guys. Okay? So, again, we are all connected in here. So, we are here to We are here to help each other, guys. Okay? Especially those who are in need. So, um, Norman, Norman McEwan said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." Assign yourself the purpose of making others happy and successful. People have a way of becoming what you encourage them to be. Ralph Waldo Emerson observed, "Trust men and they will be true to you. Treat them greatly and they will show themselves great." So go with the, or go with, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, advice. So that, so he advised that treat people as if they ought to be, and help them to become what they are capable of being. So again, a lot of people have unique abilities, capabilities, talents, whatever, guys. So it is up um to you how you could actually like help them, right? How you treat them so that they can become uh the most, what do you call it, not the most capable person of what they are doing, something like that, guys. So whatever we praise we increase. There is no investment you can make that will pay you off, but that will pay you so well in investing in the improvement of others throughout your life. So BC Forbes says the person who renders loyal service in a humble capacity will be chosen for higher responsibilities. So just as the biblical servant who multiplied the 1 pound given by his master was made ruler over 10 cities. Remember that the the more power that you have, like the greater responsibilities, right? So have you noticed that? So it's not actually easy, guys. It's something that you have to embody to actually give a value to other people. So there are two types of people in the world: those who come into a room and say, "Here I am," and those who come in and say, "Ah, there you are." So how do you know a good person? A good person brings out goodness in others. Find happiness by helping others find it. A good deed bears interest. You cannot hold a light to another's path without brightening your own. develop greatness in others, lift people up, and don't put them down. So a lot of people right now, guys, loves to drag other people's businesses, talents, I don't know, guys, whatever. So we separate ourselves from them, and we are the one who should actually lift other people, is because that's just an amazing thing to do. So you don't need to like to have that crab mentality. So you can always rise also when it's your time. But the moment that someone has her, spotlight, just, just praise them, compliment them, give them the time, because you will have your time also. Right? So the wheel is spinning. So we have different timeline. So Alan McGinney says there is no more noble occupation in the world than to assist another human being to help someone succeed. The true meaning of life is to plant trees under those whose shade you do not expect to see. But that was from Nelson. That was from Nelson Henderson. So the greatest use of your life is to spend it for something and on someone that will outlast it. If you cannot win, make one ahead of you break the record. So be that kind of support in order for you, if you know, especially if you know if that someone is like really capable. So be that kind of support. So that was from John McKeithen. So invest in others and it pays great dividends. Okay? Okay, guys. So that was all of it. Now it was a bit long, and I hope you are still with me, guys. So you have to have that kind of focus in order to finish everything that I say, because all of this are relevant. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you for all, my loyal subscribers. Thank you for helping me make this world a better place for all of us and for the future generation. You can actually do something, guys. Every day, every single seconds. Remember, all of us are giving like 24 hours a day to do something that could actually like make us a better person, and also to help others. So always be that kind of person. So see you again, guys, and I'm really exhausted. I'll go to rest. Okay. So bye bye.
You take me now. Why do I say I'm alone and I need you? See you